probably be good.
Yeah, like 11 o'clock, I do it.
Yeah, so I've found if I make the graphics for Saturday's show late at like 3 a.m. on Friday, I don't have to update many lines. So we're live, by the way. What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday to all. Had a losing NBA night last night. Almost forgot what this feels like. I don't like it. I'll tell you that much. It sucks.
Everybody lost last night. Last night didn't happen.
Exactly. Let's pretend last night didn't happen. I was on the right side of the two biggest college basketball games, though. Florida and
that was the only two wins I had. So
Florida and what's the other one?
That was
Purdue.
So gross. It was so gross.
But everything else, I mean,
UNLV. Whatever.
I was on. Did I take UNLV with you also? I think I did.
No, I believe you took the other one.
No.
Whoever they played.
I think I took UNLV with Toast. All right. You know what? I don't even know if I put a bet for myself up on that one because I just
doesn't matter. We forgot about it already.
Didn't happen.
The poll is Marquette a live dog? 56% of you said yes. 43% said no. So maybe some people that poll won't be completely one-sided. Let's go ahead and get it started. We're starting in the Big East. We got Villanova on the road at Seton Hall. This line is +1.5. Or Villanova +1.5. Seton Hall laying 1.5. Obviously, me, Andy, and Scoop unable to bet this one because we're in New Jersey. Toast.
Yeah, I sent this out last night on the website. Love this spot for Seton Hall. At home in a revenge spot against Villanova. I understand that they've lost a couple games in a row, but that was against Creighton and UConn. And obviously, I understand if you lose to those teams. And the only other losses, I mean, their first loss was to Creighton in triple overtime, 97-94. Then they lost to Providence 4 days later, 67-63. I think that those two games kind of coincided with each other. I think after that overtime loss, it's kind of hard to get up a couple days later and deal with all that. And then also when these two teams played earlier in the year, this was like the biggest game in the Kyle Neptune era. I mean, what was Villanova like? 2-8 their last 10 games going into that game. Villanova shot the lights out. I just don't really think that's going to happen again here tonight. If Seton Hall wins, they're essentially in the tournament. That would just give them another quad one win. So I understand, like I said, they've lost 2 games in a row, but I think this is a great get right spot for them at home. So I took them on the money line to get the win.
Scoop, if you could bet it, do you agree with Pirates being the side?
Yeah, Nova's been strong lately, but I'm going to grab Seton Hall at home too. Nova's just a poor road team, and Seton Hall's going to want revenge for that awful 26-point loss a few weeks ago. Seton Hall, I just still think is a better team. They certainly have the best player in Kadari Richmond, in my opinion. Not only that, but Dre Davis has really become their second best scoring option. He's been doing well. They're a better rebounding team. They're definitely a better shooting team. Plus, the Hall's 12-3 at home. Nova's 4-7 on the road. Plus, Seton Hall's going to need an opponent like Villanova after they face back-to-back games against UConn and Creighton. They're definitely going to play better than they have those two games. Seton Hall should get to the line more in this game too, so I definitely like Seton Hall at home.
We got a comment in here. Villanova owns Seton Hall. Hell with revenge for them. Seton Hall has to show me they could beat Villanova. I'm on Nova.
Usually they do.
So
fair point, but
that is a fair point. That's why I read the comment.
Yeah. I agree from that standpoint, but I still think I agree with him. I think Seton Hall's the better team, and they are kind of a team you don't bet against at home. I did bet against them in the Butler game, and I learned that the hard way. They are really good at home. They're just they are uncompetitive on the road. I think their last 4 road games that wasn't DePaul were completely non-competitive, horrible games. But when they play at home, they are a completely different team. So I think they should win this one. I like that the line's close. KenPom has Villanova winning the game, which was surprising to me. So that was something that kind of made me think about Villanova. But I just think the better team here.
Sure, give me Villanova. Give me Seton Hall. Sounds good to me. I don't know. 52%, 38%. Seton Hall. I looked at a few of their games early in the season when I did some videos, but to be honest, I haven't looked through numbers for Seton Hall in like 3 weeks now, so I wouldn't be able to give you like a educated.
That point is a good one, but the reason I worry about stuff like that is all that Jay Wright and Kyle Neptune are completely different coaches. So like I can't give Villanova credit for a coach that's not there anymore. Like that's my issue, is that Kyle Neptune is such a step down from Jay Wright.
You see that a lot with like Florida this year. Like those games are usually games they lose, but once they change their coach, well now they're winning them. Like they're different teams.
Florida came through yesterday. Nice Alabama pick, Andy.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Hey,
I was like 4-8, so I can't say anything.
Yeah,
oh, you can say it.
I was happy I hit Jacksonville yesterday. That was a surprise.
That's because I didn't have to travel.
I don't know why I put Scoop up first for the Houston UCF game. Usually Toast is our Houston guy, but maybe Scoop wants to take the lead here.
Yeah, it's fine. I got a new light, by the way. Can you see? Like it's
it's
So obviously Houston's a better team here, but I also think they have something to prove on the road. They're barely winning these road games, but they'll have to show they can still play on the road since UCF's one of the worst Big 12 offenses there is. I'm taking Houston for sure. UCF lost 7 of their last 10. Houston needs to find a way to close out these games they should easily be winning, but especially like that Oklahoma game, they should have easily covered that, and they just let them in late in the game. One thing Houston does is take care of the basketball. They're not going to turn the ball over, something UCF does a lot. Houston really should be able to control this game handily. I think they should have been a bunch of these away games. They've been just choking away the games, but all the statistics, all the numbers say this game should be an easy double-digit win for Houston, except maybe how they look on the road, obviously. But Houston locked them up for 42 points last game. I expect them to have the same kind of game this game, so I'm going to take Houston on the road.
Toast, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I used Houston in a money line parlay, but I would still probably lay the points as far as the show's concerned. Look, UCF was like a darling earlier in the Big 12 season because they beat Kansas at home. And then after that, I mean, their best home win is like, I guess, Oklahoma or Texas Tech. And they've lost some pretty bad ones to bad Cincinnati teams. And obviously they just came off an Iowa State loss. That's not a terrible loss, but like Scoop said, that they've just been really, really bad. And this Houston team, again, playing for a lot. I still think after losing those two games in the Big 12 when the beginning of the year, Iowa State, TCU back to back, and then losing to Kansas,
getting their ass beat by Kansas.
Yeah, I think that they still have something to prove. And let's not forget, they're coming off of a game in Oklahoma where it took a buzzer beater for them to get rid of that game and get on the road. So I expect them to be ready to hear. The reason that I didn't bet it personally is because they do have Kansas on deck. And like Sauce just said, they got their asses handed to them by Kansas. So you know they're going to be ready for that game or looking at that game. But yeah, it's just really hard to make a bet on UCF right now.
Damn it. I'm trying to get to the other side. Andy?
I did.
This was the game. We go.
I hinted at this on Monday. I said that there was 2 games that I was looking at that I think are perfect spots for the home team here. UCF, we've talked about how much better they are at home. I know their offense isn't great, but they're a much better team at home. All right, they've had a couple upsets at home this year. Houston, looking ahead to a team that beat the crap out of them, that was big for me. This is just complete UCF spot. You have Houston, who's pretty much coasting into the Big 12 tournament now, their first Big 12 tournament. You have UCF, who's fighting for their lives, trying to get a better seed in that tournament. And you have a team that's looking ahead to Saturday, completely on UCF.
Yeah, same. Ditto. Putting it up for me. I'm even betting this one. Let's do it, Andy. I don't care. Let everyone else bet Houston.
I have one more of those games Saturday that I've already looked at.
Well, I don't know if I'll be tailing on that one.
I'm not going to put it on the list because I'm making the list now. So
I made the list already.
You better put some of those
19 games we got.
No, you got to put the tournament games in there.
Minus 105 I got. All right.
Not good.
I'm on UCF. Community is heavy on the Houston side, 65%, 24%. So, yeah, community definitely on Houston here. Next game. And we're in the SEC, so Andy can spew some bullshit to get us started.
You can go, you can go to the last slide because I have my parlay. I did Tennessee and UConn today.
Why wouldn't you just put it in the correct spot in the order?
No, because there's 2 games that aren't near each other. That's why I did that.
Oh, but yeah, what you do for that is make a copy and put it in twice.
All right. So yeah, I've got Tennessee and UConn both money lines. I think their lines are both. I think they have the exact same line right now, 5.5. I decide them winning the game. I think this number for a road team in the SEC is a little too high for me to back. I think Tennessee should cover. I'd probably just say they should cover, but I think SC needs. I mean, talk about needing this one. They want to get a better seed. They don't want to fall out of the top 4 of the SEC. Tennessee could be in a bit of a look-ahead spot, which is why I think this could be a close game, but I still think Tennessee should be safe to win this game.
You guys know I'm on South Carolina here, but I was kind of curious to see what these guys say. I won't be switching sides, but I didn't actually bet this one yet. Kind of curious to see. Let's see what Scoop thinks.
Yeah, you usually know who I grab here, but this is a time I think the Cox come out a little bit flaccid. They're not going to want. They're going to want revenge on that game earlier when South Carolina won as a double-digit underdog on their home court.
You almost said underdog.
Like I said, in mostly every win they have, they're not the best at anything. They're good in everything. They don't have a side you can constantly harp to. Maybe their defense, but they answered their bell. But Tennessee's going to come out firing on offense, especially the defense to shut down South Carolina. As much as I don't like Dawson Connect, he's an awesome player, ball protector, shooter. They're one of the best teams in the country. Just had a huge wins against Auburn and on the road against Alabama. As much as it pains me to admit, they're obviously better than South Carolina. The Vols are 5-1 against the spread. They're past 6, and yeah, I think Tennessee wins this game. I hate fading them, but I'll have to put my cock pride to the side here and take Tennessee.
Says they come out a little bit flaccid tonight.
Can I put in a petition never to follow Scoop after a South Carolina game again?
You're up. So
Yeah, you want to go first?
I mean, what are we doing? I agree with Andy's sentiment. I didn't pick UConn. I picked Houston as my money line, but I also late. I was trying to get 4.5 for everybody, but it ended up jumping to 5.5 right away. I like Tennessee as well. I understand Tennessee lost to these guys. What was it, 63-59 in the first matchup? But shot quality, one of the models that I use a lot, had them that game. Tennessee winning by 11. So South Carolina got pretty lucky in that one. I just the rebounding advantage and the fact that South Carolina likes to slow the games down, that shouldn't really bother Tennessee because they got a guy like Connect that can make open shots. But yeah, I think this is a get right spot for Tennessee and a revenge spot. So yeah.
I guess I'm the only one on South Carolina here, and I don't even like it, so I will not be betting it now because no one really co-signed my opinion.
The fact that Scoop wasn't on him was crazy.
Yeah, 48%.
I thought for sure
I
he
want
was.
to. I just can't, man.
There's a lot of people in the community doing it.
Look, yeah, I was gonna say that kid Murray Boyles, that 6'7" kid. Now that they have him back and healthy,
Yeah,
there can be. I can see it. I get it.
There's a lot of the community was 48%, 45%. So Tennessee won the poll, but it wasn't. There's a lot of people betting South Carolina out there.
Yeah, I respect it.
Next up, we're in the Big Ten. So Scoop's gonna kick us off here. So last night I made a video, and I'll put my pick up. I took Northwestern plus 8.5. It's now at 9. So I think there's actually 9.5s open. But so someone in the comments was telling me that Northwestern is banged up here. So I guess they're dealing with injuries. For whatever reason, that wasn't given to me in my notes. Someone on this panel actually gave me those notes and didn't include the injury information. I'm not going to name names. But
I'm looking for them.
So I'm sticking with my side, Northwestern plus 9.5. Based on the last 10 games, the gap between these teams isn't that big. Michigan State's a lot better at home, and Northwestern's a lot worse on the road. But it's a big number here, so I'll stick with my pick. I didn't realize that Northwestern was dealing with that many injuries. The main guy's healthy, Bowie. He's healthy, so I'm good. But I didn't know. I wasn't familiar with some of the other pieces there for Northwestern. Scoop?
Yeah, last game against Iowa, it wasn't their offense that let Northwestern down. It was their defense. I'm going to grab Michigan State here, but strictly because of the injuries, actually. Yeah, Langford, Nicholson, Langborg and Nicholson are both probably going to be out. I think they're leaning that way. Against Iowa shot 50% from 3. Northwestern shot 50% in both too, but it's just couldn't slow down Iowa. Their defense is kind of letting them down. I hate grabbing Michigan State, but like I said, with the injuries, Boo Booey's going to have to do everything, which he does a lot, but I think it's too much when he's pretty much the sole scorer on their team. Mike Izzo, while I don't like him, should be able to control the pace here. Has a better talent with Northwestern's injuries. Plus State needs these two games, a win at Northwestern and a win against Indiana, and hope they make some noise in the Big Ten tournament. That team can definitely still make it into the tournament. Michigan State's just going to focus all their attention on Boo Booey here, so I'm going to grab Michigan State at home.
You like this matchup for Mike Izzo?
Yeah, obviously I know it's Tom if anyone wants to comment.
You knew those comments were coming.
I was waiting for that comment.
Yeah.
So I was looking at it.
All right, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm on him again. They did well the other
On
night.
who
against
again?
Purdue. On Michigan State. I pretty much going to back them for the rest of the season. Well,
Blindly.
depends on the matchup, but this one, Yeah, they're a much better team here. I know Northwestern's banged up, but nobody's confirmed out. I don't think Langboard's confirmed out or whatever. But I just think they're a way better team. They're going to be able to stop the only player you really need to stop to beat Northwestern, Boo Booey. They're going to be able to do it. He's able to guard anybody he wants with that team. That team's defense is really good. The only thing that's been lacking for Michigan State's offense, I don't really worry about that at home, so they should beat him pretty handedly.
Yeah, there is a comment saying who's Mike. He goes, "Who's Mike Izzo?" Who is that guy?
Monday, Tuesday, Mike Izzo.
No, that's not it.
January, February, Mike Izzo.
Toast, you're on Michigan State. I can tell by the way you're looking.
No, I'm on under. It keeps on going down. I had it at 136.5. I think you can get it at 135, 135.5. Yeah, I think that the only way that Northwestern stays in this game is if they make this game a crawl. It's not like they're a very fast-paced offense anyway, 13th in the Big Ten in average possession length. And Michigan State doesn't play at a high pace either. So neither one of these teams really turn the ball over. So I just think that we see like somewhat of a rock fight here, like maybe like 55, 60 possessions, somewhere around there. So yeah, I really like an under here.
Under 134.5, so it's a low total, probably
134.5 now. Jesus.
Yeah, the total is dropping. So poll, another one where there's a lot of people betting Northwestern out there. It's the poll. Michigan State won the poll 44% to 40%, but it was close. A lot of people betting Northwestern here. St. Joe's at Richmond. Which conference is this? Which conference tournament?
A-10.
Oh, this isn't a conference tournament.
It's not a tournament yet, though.
Oh, you just wanted this game in there for fun?
Scoop just put it in.
It's a good game, and Twitter asked for it, too.
Oh, Twitter asked for it? Okay.
I think somebody did, yeah.
In that case, Scoop likes it so much, let's start with Scoop.
Yes, surprisingly, it's their first matchup of the season. Love talking A-10 basketball. I'll be at the tournament next week. That's going to be fun. 9 of these teams are 18-11 and better, actually, in the A-10. They're all pretty great. I want to grab St. Joe's here, but I can't get there. Richmond's been amazing all season. I don't even think we've talked about Richmond at all on any show. But
Rich what?
Rich what?
11-4 at home. They're 12-4 against the spread in conference games. They still don't have the conference locked up yet. They lost to second place Loyola Chicago twice, so they need to win these next two, and they're not that easy. But the way Richmond wins is at the 3-point line here. St. Joe's has a terrible perimeter defense, while Richmond has some range. Jordan King, Isaiah, and Bam Bam Bigelow can both launch threes, both shooting over 40%. St. Joe's is 3-7 against their spread the last 10. They're 1-4 their last 5 road games. They picked up a win against LaSalle as their last home away win, but they were down late there too. Plus, Richmond has a really solid defense, can definitely create turnovers. They mess with Greer and Brown. So, yeah, I'm taking Richmond here to lay the points.
Okay. Toast, do you have a move in this one?
Yeah, I'm on the other side. I took St. Joe's. I'm a Billy Lane guy. And honestly, if you take a look at their last 3 road games, on the road at Loyola Chicago, they lost by 5. On the road at Duquesne, they lost by 10. And then on the road at VCU, another game where they lost by 4. So they're staying in these games. I understand that how good Richmond is. Scoop is 100% right in all that, especially on the defensive end. But I just think that this is probably the biggest game that St. Joe's has left. I think they're going to be completely up for this one. They got a home game against Davidson on deck. That doesn't really do anything for me. So I think we're going to get an all-out effort here from the Hawks in St. Joe. So give me Billy Lang plus 5.5.
Let's do it. Joe's up. The legendary coach of St. Joe's is Phil Martelli, and it's actually his sister who passed away, unfortunately, but they're a family friend. So I don't know Phil Martelli per se, but I know like his nephews and his niece, and we used to go whatever. They're a family friend, so I always root for St. Joe's. And I like what Toast said, and I like how seems like public is trending towards Richmond. Line hasn't moved all morning. You know what? I'm betting it. Let's do it.
It's literally on my VIP sheet. I just
is it? Even better. Yeah. Even better.
My son got in trouble at school today, so it's awesome.
What a scumbag.
Dude, you have no idea. I can't even talk about it right now.
Isn't it the same son that was getting into fights and on Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't say anything because I would get canceled, so I'm good.
We gotta move on.
All right, hold on. So St. Joe's.
Stupid.
I didn't have much to say about it, but I was also on St. Joe's.
I'm splitting. I'm putting
good.
I'm putting half unit on the 100 and 100.
Just like I was on the Georgia Island yesterday. Andy.
Oh, don't even. That team's a joke. I can't believe they finally beat a 20-win team. And
I'm
it's
in.
It's the last.
St. Joe's, baby. Let's do it. Andy, what are you doing in this game?
I said St. Joe's. Pretty much everything Toast said. They're keeping road games mostly close, and I think they're a pretty good matchup.
So Scoop is on his own little Richmond Island.
Rich, what?
Community, you're not on an island though, Scoop, because the community definitely agrees with you. 58%, 31%. So community heavily agrees with Scoop. We're on a St. Joe's Island, me, Andy, and Toast. Next game.
Philly what?
Xavier at Butler. All right, so let's get a poll going.
Talk about a basketball game that means absolutely nothing.
Gross.
Butler could
Found
make some noise, possibly.
Toast goes gross. We just talked about Richmond St. Joe's, but this is the gross one.
I would watch Richmond St. Joe's over Thad Matta, Sean Miller any day of
It's Big
the
East
week.
basketball, bro. It's Big East.
The Thad Matta
I
don't get it.
I put Xavier's with an S at the end plus 2.5. I'm not restarting the poll. It's a typo. I know it's not Xavier's.
Professor Xavier's.
I didn't want someone to join the stream for the first time be like, this dumbass think it's Xavier's. It's a typo. All right, Scoop. You're usually our go-to guy in the Big East. Would you take the two? Before you even start talking, line movement, and it makes me want to take the points with Xavier.
Yeah, I just noticed this is going to be my 6th favorite in a row, but I guess that's what this night's going to be.
That's what squares do, Scoop.
I was going to say I'm such a square. I'm strictly taking Butler because I'm fading Xavier. They're a bad road team. They have one quality road win against Providence, if you can call that quality. The other two are DePaul and Georgetown, with anyone can beat. Butler's offense has really fallen off lately, but they're still averaging 80 points at home. Xavier has a good defense, but they don't travel well, as you could probably tell by the last few away games. They're giving up a ton of points, including 93 to Georgetown. I just don't see Xavier scoring enough to stay with Butler as an away team here, so I will take Butler.
And people in the comments asking for games. So what we're going to do, and I've been thinking about this for a few days. Like, I didn't expect the college basketball show to grow this quickly. Like, there's a lot of people watching every day. So I think what we'll do is maybe bump the start time up to 2:45. Give us a few extra minutes. That way on Twitter, you guys can request games. And even if a lot of times when you guys request games, we all just pass and bullshit. But some people just like to see the poll. They like to see the pie charts. They want to just get a feel for the game. So what I'll do is every night I'll post the lineup for tomorrow, and then you can request on Twitter, and then we'll bump the start time up. This is only applicable for a few more days, though, because next week we're doing March Madness morning specials. We're at 11 a.m. Eastern time because conference tournament started.
Yeah. In the meantime, we probably just have to throw the semifinals of the conference tournaments for now.
Yeah.
These other games are going.
The next few days are kind of weird because, by the way, I'm on Xavier. I'm on Xavier here.
Yeah, 9 of the next 10 days, there's games all day. So only day is Monday.
Wow, it starts already with day games?
Oh, yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like
tomorrow's like the Missouri.
The Horizon
Bowl.
League
First
round.
When you get here, after this, when you get here, Andy, we'll take a look at the schedule and figure it out. All right, Andy, are you Xavier or Butler?
Thad Matta. I'm going to go with Butler. I think this game sucks. It means nothing. Both these teams had their chances to beat good teams. They didn't do it. I just take the home team here. Butler's also coming off getting embarrassed at home by St. John's in a game that if they would have won, they probably would have been in the position St. John's is in right now. Probably just looking back at their missed opportunities, but I think they win this one just because Xavier's not a particularly great team. So.
Yeah, someone said, Kirms, you got us into college basketball. Well, I think a lot of people in the comments were into college basketball before we started doing lives. But yeah, it's perfect for me because hosting this show, usually because I'm so into the NBA, when March Madness starts, I don't have a clue. But hosting this show, like I feel like I'm ready for the madness. Toast, you're with me on Xavier, right? You wouldn't take a square ass Butler.
I have no interest.
Yeah,
in
you
watching
hate
this
these
game.
bad Big East teams.
I hate them so
You
much.
always shit on them whenever they come up.
Dude,
all about the West
it's
Coast,
just
man.
so terrible. I mean, what do you want me to say about
He's
Xavier?
a Tupac fan. He's not a Biggie fan.
That they beat DePaul and Georgetown, that they got a lucky, and then St. John's when they were reeling. I mean, anytime that this team has played up against anybody decent in competition, they've lose. So, I mean, and then what do you want me to say about Butler? I mean, yeah, it's just, I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
They have a good offense.
Fine.
You guys hear that?
No.
Okay. My dogs must be running like crazy upstairs.
Oh my
This is
God.
insane.
Up your medication, bro. You guys hear that?
He's like this, and he's still looking around.
All right. FAU at North Texas. Not sure how this one made the list, but this was on the list that was sent to me. FAU, remember the beginning of the year when we thought they were like, this team was going to, they're not even in first place in their own conference anymore. South Florida is. I remember Toast was, oh, wait, was that Toast? Weren't you saying FAU is fraudulent back when they were ranked like 19, Toast?
Yeah, I've been on this.
Been a common
FAU isn't a great team thing for a while.
Well, they're only laying 2.5 here on the road against the Mean Green.
I
love betting the Mean Green at home in football, if that helps your decision making.
No, I sent this out on your website
Taylor
last
Rogers,
night. I just hate that the pie charts are right there. But yeah, North Texas +2 for me, or whatever it is now. I just really like the way the North Texas matches up with FAU. I understand that FAU is one of the better teams in the conference. They do have the best offense in the conference, but the way to slow them down is to slow it down, force them to make shots in the half court, and that's exactly what North Texas can do. They have the defense, and they run the slowest pace, and one of the slowest paces in the nation. FAU plays a lot of close games. 6 of the last 10 games have been decided by 5 points or less. This is the biggest game left on our North Texas's schedule. FAU has Memphis on deck. I'm not a team that went to the Final Four last year is in a look-ahead spot, really, but this is by far the best chance that North Texas is going to get at FAU. So at home, I'll take my 2 points.
All right, let's send it over to Scoop. Would you agree with that North Texas pick?
Wait. You guys hear that? No.
I legitimately could not hear you guys because it was so loud.
I'm fading this Florida Atlantic team. I think they're frauds. They're 18-2 at home or on a neutral court, but they're 4-5 on the road this season. If you don't know anything about North Texas, they're a top 50 defensive squad. They're awesome at defense. It's how they're getting their wins, which is different than years past. The last time these two played, Florida Atlantic won at home, but it was only by 3. They had their third lowest scoring output of the season. North Texas is 11-3 at home with their 3 losses coming by a combined 10 points. This is one that goes goes down to the wire. I would take the points and North Texas here to avenge their loss. Plus, North Texas is not a good offensive team, but Aaron Scott and CJ Nolan are 2 lockdown defenders. But the weird thing is about them, they don't score a lot of points, but they're still 29th in the country in 3-point percentage. So North Texas is kind of like Virginia in this conference, but a worse offense if you can imagine that. But their defense is keeping them all in games, so I would definitely take them at home here.
This comment made me laugh when we were talking about FAU being fraudulent. And he goes, I don't know a single person who thought FAU was legit.
They were good last year,
Well,
but
I would back up on that. That's wrong. They have one of the best wins in the country this year. They beat Arizona on a neutral floor. That was early in the year, but they did beat people.
Arizona sucks.
All right.
Okay. All right. So we got 2 picks for North Texas so far, Andy. Oh, and by the way, James Matthews, I appreciate you asked them to hit the like button, but a lot of people are watching on a smart TV, so they're unable to. So there is no like button there. Toast, you're muted.
I don't know
Toast.
if you've been I don't know what you've been saying, but you're muted.
Oh, I just said I do the same thing on the NBA show about the like button.
Yeah. I appreciate the support. A lot of people aren't unable to click the like button because they're on a TV. Andy.
I'm on FAU actually. I think they can win this game comfortably. They need to get this. This is a focus one because I don't think they're going to really care about the Memphis game. They need to win. They want to win this conference tournament. I just think they're significantly better than North Texas. I know the last time they played, they scored 66 against them, so it is kind of tough there. But I don't think North Texas has the offense to keep up here.
Ben Gray says, Sauce, get the fuck out of here. Zona is so good. Bring that same energy when we're doing the March Madness specials and we're covering the Pac-12 tournament. Fading them blindly. Team sucks.
Against like Oregon.
Yeah. You know what? Let's see. We'll take
that would be a good team to fade them against.
Communities on North Texas, by the way. 50%, 35% on the Mean Green. Next up.
Man, you can get 2.5.
No, hold on. See, Sauce also thinks Houston sucks. I think Houston's offense isn't on par with the rest of the teams that they're in a category in. Yeah, but that being said, it's tough to bet against them. But I took UCF plus the points today. So you know what? Houston does suck. We're on to UConn -5 at Marquette. This is a big one. This is the one that everyone was talking about in the comments before we went live. All right, Andy, you have the mic. You're going first. One of the biggest games of the night. Probably the biggest. Either that. Probably the biggest game of the night here. Does Marquette get their revenge without Tyler Kolek?
Yeah. No, they don't. Last time we talked about this game, I got screamed at. I still think they're one of the best teams in the country. Probably they are the best team in the country. Pretty much the only game they didn't look at was the game against Creighton. at least in recent times. Marquette's now without their best scorer, their best facilitator. It is. If you lost to them by 30, and I know it's at a different location, whatever, you lost to them by 30.
Every shot was falling for Connecticut.
Now you don't have
every
your
single
best
shot.
player in this game. No shot. You're keeping it close. I'm keeping it safe with UConn money line, but they're covering this number as well.
I was on UConn in that first game, and Toast was on Marquette, so I was watching it like, yo, we got this one. But there were shots that had no business falling for UConn that were falling.
But that's how it goes for them. They're just a really good team.
Toast, are you down to take Marquette without Kolek?
Yes. Give me Marquette. Give me the points. Just like Andy said, UConn should be free. They don't have Kolek. Why is this line going like this? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Here's a little something for you guys. UConn ATS-wise, 8-1 ATS when they've got 4 days or more rest. They don't got that today. When they're 2-3 days rest, they're just 9-10 ATS. We already know Shaka Smart as a dog is a spot that I like to bet as well. So yeah, with the world betting UConn, I have no problem taking 5.5 with this Marquette team. Yeah, but no problem at all.
Yeah, me too. But I'm going to put 2 bets up here because I actually bet the under, and I like my under here at 151.5. But let me put that up right here.
While you're putting that up, they also looked pretty damn good against Creighton. Baylor Shireman had the game of his freaking life, and they ended up blowing away within the last 5 minutes. But they were in that game.
That was on the
like
road, too.
95% of it, correct.
Okay, so I would also go Marquette on the number 2. So, yeah, is Marquette's offense going to be hindered without Kolek? Yeah. But you know what? I still trust that defense, which matches up really well against UConn's offense. They protect the basket well. They defend above the break 3 well. UConn, what's UConn's best road win of the year?
Villanova.
I knew
Villanova!
Oh, best team ever, though. Ever.
Their best road win on the year is Villanova.
Probably St. John's, actually.
Are you done, Scoop?
Just saying.
Villanova's 24, St. John's is 29. Which number's bigger?
All right, what's close? All right, sorry. Oh, my God. Big difference.
So, yeah, I'm on Marquette. I trust that. This is a bet on Marquette's defense. Under. I bet the under, but I'm down to also put another few dollars on Marquette here. So, yeah, I'm on Marquette, too. Let's bring up Scoop. Scoop, are you down to take Marquette?
Sorry, I was getting a call from Cokesville, West Virginia. That's weird. No, I'm actually going to take UConn. This had the makings of a great game, but with Kolek out, it's kind of hard to pick a side here. I know the line's 5 or 5.5 now, but I think this would be a 3-point swing with Kolek at least. I'm not confident in this game whatsoever. We've seen UConn be bad on the road. If you're saying, well, they only had 2 Big East road losses, that's true, but they squeaked by Nova, had single-digit wins against Xavier and Butler. But I'm still leaning UConn here. Kolek's a huge part of their team. He's second on the team in rebounding and scoring. By far their best ball handler, has the most assists. Not only is this if this game is going to be close, but he's who he's going to want shooting the free throws too. He's the only one that's shooting free throws above 76% on the team. And Iguodaro might be out too. He's questionable. That's your second best player. I don't know if he's playing or not, but if those two are out, they're definitely not going to cover this number. UConn's at full strength. They're going to want to close the season out strong and pick up back-to-back road wins. So,
square.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So Big Feet says, "Scoop, that was me calling. Please pick up."
Cokesville. I thought it was my dealer for a second. I was like, "Oh, what happened?"
So someone said Toast smacked Scoop there when Scoop tried to butt in with St. John's is their best road win.
So you're saying Nova and St. John's, they're both shitty ass teams.
That's becoming bro. That's 2 shows in a row. If you remember,
how is that smacked? That doesn't even make sense.
If you remember in yesterday's show,
that's my bad. I take full responsibility.
Scoop was like, "Oh, they played this game from wherever. They had to travel from wherever," and Toast goes, "No."
Okay. Dude, so you're saying Nova's a super great.
He's like, no, they played in like just shit on him. No.
It's such a stupid thing. Everybody says that they haven't beaten an AP top 25 team on the road in how long it's been.
I think Butler's a harder place to play than Villanova, and they have an away win against
Everybody has been saying that. Do you think Danny Hurley doesn't have those guys in their head? They're about to play Tyler Kolek.
When Andy starts talk about Danny Hurley, we move on to the next game.
Marquette doesn't have any scores. What are you talking about right now?
All right. Another good one here. BYU at Iowa State, and I wanted to get to BYU so bad. I still kind of do because I didn't bet this one yet. On the video I uploaded last night, I said I'm leaning Iowa State, but I wanted to see what the guys said on the live show. So here we are. I think the numbers point to a BYU bet here at +7, except for the home away splits. Yeah. So if you take the home away splits out of it, I feel like BYU +7 has to be the move just based on basketball production. But I mean, Iowa State is so good at home, and BYU, all their ranks drop on the road. So it makes it really hard. I'll put up Iowa State for me because that's where I'm leaning, but I really don't like it. I don't feel that comfortable on it. Andy?
I can't get over the home away splits either. I mean, not only is BYU probably one of the worst Big 12 teams on the road, Iowa State's most likely the best. So I think that just completely makes my point there. They're just too good at home and they're too bad on the road. I mean, we saw BYU go to Oklahoma State and get not embarrassed, but didn't play well at all. And now you're going on the road to a really good team. I don't see it.
This is a really sharp spot to take BYU if you have the balls to do it. Toast to you.
Can I go really quick because I think my computer's going bad. If I'm good.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm on BYU here, and I like BYU a lot. So first and foremost, I understand the home road splits things, but keep in mind, this is their first year in the Big 12. They finally got used to playing on the road. I think that win against Kansas was absolutely huge. Iowa State gives up a lot of three balls. If there's one thing that Iowa State will do, they will allow you to shoot. So if the shots start to fall a little bit, and after that confidence booster against BYU winning against Kansas, if they can beat Kansas, they can beat anybody. With the world taking Iowa State at home and how good they've been, I get it. But I think that BYU can shoot enough three balls to stay in this. They can also score inside with the best of them as well. So, yeah, I'm more than happy to take 7.5 with the Cougars.
Fuck yeah, that's a good pick. It's a sharp bet. That's a sharp bet for
He's
real.
like, he just got aroused a little. He's like, yeah, that sounds good.
No, but it is. It's like it's so obviously the sharp side. All right, Scoop. We know you're taking Iowa State. You've taken 13 straight favorites.
I took North Texas. They were underdogs.
Oh,
So,
okay. You took North Texas, the public.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Iowa State. BYU had that win against Kansas.
Shocker.
They had a nice win at home against TCU. That was really cute. But they're not gonna win at Iowa State, and they definitely aren't gonna cover here. BYU's 3 season on the road. They're gonna struggle against this defense. Iowa State 17 at home. I don't know why everyone's overthinking this. They're not going to get their season sweep here either. Stop fading Gilbert and Lipsy. They can do everything well. But
I'm
like
switching.
Toe said, BYU throws up a ton of threes, but they're not going to hit 13 again in this one. That BYU game was 2 months ago. It was only their 4th Big 12 game. It's when their defense started to gel. They gave up 87 in that game. They haven't given up more than 75 since. Iowa State can definitely shut that overrated Jackson Robinson down. They can do enough offensively to win this game because of their ridiculous defense. So I will take Iowa State.
I'm betting it. I'm with Toast. That's the sharp side to be on here. BYU, baby. I'm switching. BYU.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize that.
No, you're not starting to realize shit.
I know.
Don't realize anything.
As soon as Scoop picks,
much better when
Scoop's.
Oh my god, I can't wait to blow up the group chat later.
Scoop picks Iowa State, and everyone's like,
I'm still on. I'm not switching. I'm just saying.
Like it sounds like you're confused.
What Toe said was a hell of a lot better than what we said.
If they shoot threes, they're not going to hit them all.
I mean, they're coming. Their last
Because
road
they
game, they're coming
shoot
up in
threes?
Kansas.
And Toast is on Windows 95. He probably can't even fucking hear us.
hold on.
God.
It logged me out of Caesars for some reason. Hold on.
I can't. Kyle can come in here. Kyle can come in here and be like, I want to hear everybody's opinion. When I want to hear in one game, I want to hear somebody's opinion. And I don't like the game at all. Iowa State, BYU. Who cares? It's a Big 12 game. Neither of these teams. They're both in the tournament. I don't care. I say I want to hear everybody's opinion. I'm starting to realize
Iowa State,
that
only team except someone
won't
else
it
that has
let me
17 wins at home this season.
It won't let me freaking bet this. Hold on. I'm going to try one more time. The Caesars app is bugging right now.
I also think they're like 4 and I want to say 6.
There we go.
12
Got
and 10 in Big
The
12
action
play.
app is bugging too.
Yes.
So I had to bet them separately, the money line. I also sprinkled the BYU money line as well. There we go. All right. I'm in on BYU. Screw Scoop. Next game.
I mean, Andy had him too, but that's.
I'm staying on them too.
Yeah,
Screw
but-
me too.
And the community, 64.
But it's more of a fate of Scoop than Indy. Indiana at Minnesota. We got 2 games left. We kind of have to hurry here. Oh, actually, 3:39. We got time. Indiana plus 5.5. Minnesota minus 5.5. pass. All right, Scoop, Big Ten game up. I mean, I can't imagine there's a ton of action coming in on Indiana. Minnesota's like 190-3 against the spread. They did. You know what? Penn State covered in the last one, though.
Yeah. All right. So with that layup, man, it killed me.
It was a great layup.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with Minnesota here and stay with the favorites apparently because that's what I do. Indiana won their first game they played, and sure they won their last two, but I like Minnesota here at home. They definitely have something to play for. I guess they're a little lower than a bubble, but if they keep winning, they'll be good. Like I said, they didn't cover their last game against Penn State because of that garbage layup as time expired, but everyone knows they've been covering all year. I can't see Indiana coming in and winning, especially after that win against Maryland as a road team. Indiana is not good. That's not them. You're not that guy, pal. Indiana was down 16 against that Maryland team. The only reason they came back is Maryland couldn't hit their shots. Minnesota's way better than on offense than Indiana is. Minnesota shot awfully that last Indiana game, 15% from three, 50% from the line. But Minnesota's a very good shooting team and could definitely beat Indy here. I don't know why you would grab Indiana on the road.
And this is just another case of Scoop not seeing the movie. Indiana.
I saw the movie. It's just a bad movie.
This is the side I want to get to. I want to see what
paint dry.
What Toast thinks first. Toast?
I bet Minnesota last night as well. Just the only thing that I can add to what Scoop said is that Minnesota hasn't beat Indiana in a long time, so I think they're going to be up for this one. Indiana coming off of that 40-10 run or whatever it was to end that game against Maryland. I just have a hard time seeing it happening. So yeah, Minnesota for me.
Andy, you're on Indiana, right?
I'm taking a shot with Indiana here.
Let's do it.
The game's going to be played inside. They're
all plays inside.
Both teams play inside. I think Indiana has a pretty good inside defense, and I think they can stop them here. So there will not be many 3-pointers.
Oh, you mean like on the interior?
Oh, you meant yes. The game will be played in an arena, but also inside the paint. They have this paint on the court.
Got it.
Played inside that. Nobody's gonna shoot any threes, make any threes. So you could look at an under here too. I think this will be. I think Indiana can be tough enough to keep it close. There won't be many big runs in this game.
Let's do it. Hoosiers. And me and Andy might be the only two people in the world on Indiana.
On Earth, yeah.
66%, 23%.
I tried picking road favorites too. I'm not just picking home favorites. So that's nice.
No one was even talking about.
Somebody
this is really in your head.
Why does he take everything?
I took one underdog today. One.
Last game up, and we're in the SEC. Not exactly a great SEC game here. This line, I mean, not that I follow Mississippi State and Texas A&M basketball closely, but this line feels right to me. Texas A&M laying 3 to Mississippi State at home. What would you do here, Andy?
I would take Mississippi State. They still have a shot at the tournament, looking to better their seed in the SEC too. I don't know if they still have a shot to be in the top 4, but they can better pretty much everything. Texas A&M season's pretty much dead. They're not that great of a team. They were for a lot of that game against Georgia. They were playing close with them. That's something Mississippi State didn't do. So I would side Mississippi State. You're right. These teams are very similar in that they play pretty similar ways. They shoot a lot of threes. They don't hit them a lot. So it'll be low scoring. It'll be tough. I think it'll come down to the last possession. And so I'll take Mississippi State.
Someone said keep Toast permanently on the show. Dead ass. Like,
he's been on every.
Yeah, he's not new. He was actually the first person to ever join the Sauce Network. He was the first person besides me. He's been on for like 2-3 years now. Oh, Toast is frozen.
What a time!
Toast is frozen.
We picked him off the show as we saw that comment. That's what happened.
Oh wait, no, he's frozen in the side thing too. So let's send it over to Scoop.
It's a good picture though. Let's get stuck on.
Oh wait,
I hear him.
I hear him. Yeah, you're.
Now he's permanently on the show because he's fucking.
Oh wait, no, he's moving again. He's moving again. He's back.
There we go.
All right, Toast. Andy took Mississippi State plus the points here.
Yeah, because he's smart. Give me Chris Jans and the boys, the dentist plus 2.5 or whatever with the world on the other side. Like, these two teams are pretty evenly matched. And I don't understand what anybody is seeing from Texas A&M that makes them think that they can be a powerhouse or a decent team or anything of that nature. I mean, losing to or beating Georgia is absolutely nothing. Besides that, they had lost like seven straight. I think that win against Tennessee is what everybody likes to keep in their mind. But a 1-point win against Florida doesn't really do much to me. I think that Kentucky win was a way long ways away. So yeah, I think Mississippi State's the better team, home or on the road. It doesn't really matter to me. So I'll take the better team and the better coach with the points.
Scoop, do you agree, Mississippi State?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab Mississippi State with the points. Tola Smith should definitely be able to take advantage down low here. I just can't trust Texas A&M in their shooting. Mississippi State's a better team. I think A&M's shooting continues to be terrible against a great defense. I think Hubbard's a better player than Radford, in my opinion. It's going to show tonight. Hubbard's averaging 30-plus the last 3 games. I think he'll score a bunch here, too. I don't care if it's senior night. I know you guys all do, but I never cared about that.
You're the one that always brings it up.
Insane. What a flip.
Yeah, the reason they won that Georgia game isn't because of their offense. They still shot 35% from the field and 26% from 3. They won because of rebounding and the fact that Georgia didn't score in the last 7 minutes of the game. A&M's still one of the best rebounding teams in the country, but Mississippi State's in the top 40 as well, so A&M won't get a ton of second chances like they're used to. So I'm going to take the better team on the road.
That's such a Scoop move. All day yesterday, he must have mentioned senior night in his description and reasoning for bets 4 or 5 times, and then today he goes, I know you guys care about senior night, but I don't.
Dude, he said it when we did the Georgia game, he said it was senior night after I had told a story about how bad Georgia senior night was. That was crazy.
It was the second senior night and they cashed.
He cares more about senior night than I don't know anything. I don't know enough about these two teams to give, and so I'll just put Mississippi State up for me. I don't know. I'm not betting it.
One other thing I like about Mississippi State is that they just played Kentucky and Auburn. It's like a nice little step down in class for them with Texas A&M.
I like that. Community agrees with you guys. 52%, 27% on Mississippi State. So why don't we do a quick little community parlay here? That's so funny that Scoop just said that. I know you guys care about senior night.
I thought you were doing Utah State.
I know you guys care about senior night. I really don't. It's the guy who always brings up senior night. All right, so
didn't do a game yesterday without bringing it up. I don't think.
So Houston money line, Tennessee, South Carolina. They like Tennessee. No, they like South. No, they did like Tennessee there, but it was close.
What are you talking about?
Northwestern, Michigan State. They like Michigan State, but it was close. All right, first leg of the community parlay. Cast your votes.
Utah State's gonna win tonight, by the way.
Scoop or Andy need to put this parlay together because action is not working right now for me.
Well, we better hope Seton Hall's not in it then.
I think you can still do it.
You're right. My bad.
And it doesn't matter. Houston money line's going to win this first one. He said Scoop based every pick on senior night yesterday.
I was 4-8, so I got.
And then today goes. I know you guys care about senior night.
It's fading senior night today.
Hey, Sauce, can you say boss, cost, and lost?
Is that like an Action Bronson?
I don't know.
Somebody called you Action Bronson.
What's that?
It's a rapper.
Oh.
Yo, can you make a Fade Scoop shirt for your shop so I can buy it?
When enough people know who you are, yeah.
I haven't worn the Fade Prop Beaver one yet.
Yeah, I got Fade Prop Beaver for... There's some Toast merch up there. There's actually a picture of a piece of toast that you can buy. All right. So we got.
Yeah, Action's messed up for me too, Toast. So I'm noticing everything. Every game is final, and you can't do anything on it. So
who the
Butler money line?
That's lovely.
FAU. No, they voted North Texas in that one. North Texas won the poll. And then UConn definitely.
I can't believe the world's on North Texas. That sucks.
Mean Green.
Hating on FAU has become like a thing.
I did not expect
I think that's I think you're right on that, Andy.
Yeah. And I don't think I think a lot of their early season like rankings were because of what they did last year, but like they're 22-7. They're still a really good team.
Wait, hold on. So none of you guys have a sportsbook open? Should I do it on my phone?
I do.
All
right, he can do it on the book.
Just want to make
sure. Action's literally just not working. Better fix within the next hour, I'll tell you that much.
Someone
Are
said
you using Action Scoop?
No, I have a sports book, so I'm hoping Seton Hall doesn't go on.
Someone said do a poll to see who's actually going to follow the community parlay. People definitely bet it. I mean, it's not something that like you should put a huge.
I usually do it,
but like, I mean, it would be the type of thing where like throw a half unit on it, whatever, you know, like. It's not. We wouldn't sit here and be like, you should follow this bet, as in like this is good sound advice. It's more just gambling for fun.
I was gonna say, yeah.
It's fun when we all hit together, you know.
Exactly.
UConn money line. All right. Second place in that one was Butler. So if you voted Butler money line, why? And you'll get another chance.
Why?
Iowa State money line. Indiana. Definitely Minnesota. They liked. Mississippi State.
Sweet.
All right. So we'll just do these 3 games here. And the winner of this will get on. And then we'll do the 3 second place finishers, which is Seton Hall. Shit. Hopefully that doesn't win. Butler.
It didn't hit last night, right?
I don't think so. I mean,
No.
I know Florida was in it. I don't remember anybody else.
I think Eastern Kentucky was, and they lost. Right?
What the heck was that?
Yeah, Eastern Kentucky lost outright to Jacksonville.
The A-Sun tournament yesterday was like prime basketball.
I lost both those games in my picks. I had Queens.
Pretty much every game ended on a buzzer beater at one point, too.
No,
2 of them.
Queens lost by like 12 points.
Oh, no, that one didn't. 3 of the 4 ended at the last second. 2 of them went to overtime.
Queens was tired.
Queens was tired. So Iowa State money line, and then the final poll will do. Wow, a lot of people voted for Minnesota, so I'll put Minnesota as the first option here. Seton Hall. Damn it, Seton Hall.
Somebody asked about LSU. They're playing Arkansas, I believe, today. They're 4-point dogs. They did.
No thanks.
They did crush them last time they played, but I'd be tough to go for them on the road. So.
Hey, Kyle, what do you think of the LSU game? No.
No, no. I'd side Arkansas there just because LSU's not a particularly good road team. They beat them by like 20 the last time they played them. So.
Utah State's my favorite of the day. By the way.
Utah State, your favorite bet of the day?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the who they play? What's the line?
San Jose State 10.
They're laying 10.
Yeah.
Sounds like a scoop bet.
Mm-hmm.
He said before, he was like, Utah State's going to win today. I was like, yeah.
Who doesn't know that?
I meant by the with the spread. Like, come on, man. I'm not that dumb.
Utah State's going to win. Oh, should I lay down the minus 7-10?
No, take the alternate plus 10.
Minnesota is the last leg. This should be pretty goddamn chalky here. I'm going to say plus 221.
244.
Plus 244. All right. Community parlay. Houston, Connecticut, Iowa State, Minnesota plus 244. Thanks, everybody, for watching. I'll be back. It'll be me, Ski, and Prop Beaver, and we'll be back in 8 minutes for NBA. So if you're joining us for NBA, see you in a couple minutes. Just going to go take a quick piss and be right back. See you guys in a few. Later.
Later.